Hey, what's up guys? It's Roy here. So today's video is all about this little light right here. This is the Zhiyun Molus G60. So this is a 60 watt cob light that's literally the size of a Rubik's Cube and can fit in the palm of my hand. So in today's video, let's talk about the price and the different buying options. Let's go over kind of the build quality of this little light right here. And then we'll jump into kind of who this is for and ultimately using it as a key light and some other variations that you can use with this light. So first things first, price. So when it comes to the pricing, you got two buying options with this light. So option one is going to be $199 and option two is $249. So for the $199 option, you're getting basically the light kit itself. So you're getting a nice little carrying case, and inside that carrying case, you're getting the light, some little mini tripod legs, a power adapter, and a lens reflector with a rubbery type of dome that can actually attach to that lens reflector to help diffuse the light a little bit. And then if you go with option two at the $249 price, you're basically getting everything that I just described, plus you're getting a softbox, which is this little small softbox that attaches directly to this Z mount on the light, which is a proprietary mount, by the way. So it definitely is important to use that softbox if you want a little softbox. And then the other item is a Bowens mount adapter, which basically turns this proprietary Z mount into a Bowens mount, and then that opens up your possibilities like crazy as far as what type of different softboxes you can use and different types of Bowens mount accessories that you can use as well. So as far as the build quality of this light goes, I've seen quite a bit of videos that have complained about the build quality, saying it's plastic and it's kind of cheapy feeling. To be honest with you, I don't think that at all. With the plastic build, it makes it very lightweight. It's around 300 grams. So it's lighter than most tablets out there. So obviously you want it to be light so that way you can attach it to different types of light stands and not have to weigh it down and worry about it tipping over. Everything is plastic pretty much, except for this little portion right here that does kind of hinge here. Now this is metal and you can twist it and lock it in place, and that's going to allow you that tilt angle depending on what you actually attach it to, because at the bottom of it, it does have a 1/4-20 thread, so you can attach it to a light pole or some sort of tripod stand with ease. But if you do use that Bowens mount adapter that I talked about, then it actually attaches to the Z mount here, and then that Bowens mount adapter is actually what would be attaching to a light pole or a tripod stand. So just something to think about as far as the mounting capabilities. Now on the back, we do have two knobs. One knob is going to control the brightness. So yes, this light is a bicolor light. You can go all the way down to 2700 Kelvin, all the way up to 6500 Kelvin. So a lot of versatility once again with this light, depending on if you want to use it for a fill light, a key light, a hair light, whatever. You definitely have that range of color temperatures. And with the other dial, that's going to allow you to be able to control the brightness. So depending on how bright you need it or whatever the case is, you can control the brightness through the knob, or if you download their app, you can control all of those features through the app as well. So that way you're not having to get up and back and forth every time you need to make a little tweak. You can just do it straight from your phone. Up at the top, we do have an orange power button. And then on the side, we do have a USB-C port as well. And once again, this is where the word versatility comes into play with this light, because not only can you use the actual provided power adapter to plug into a wall and power it on with, you can also pretty much use anything else that has a USB-C charging cable and plug it in. Now it is a kind of a smart light in the sense of that it can tell what type of wattage you are plugging it up to. So for example, if you had just like a cheapy 10 or 15 watt power brick, then it's going to know that, and it's only going to allow you to go to a certain percentage of brightness because it can tell what type of wattage is pumping into it. And if you're using like a power bank so you can take it on the go, once again, opens up a lot of versatility with this light. But just keep in mind how bright of a light you need, because once again, depending on the wattage that's pumping out of that power bank, you might not be able to get it as bright as you would like. But this light is pretty dang bright. I mean, it is a 60 watt cob light, and I found in my testing, especially like if I'm using it as a key light, I only really need to get it to about 10 to 20% depending on how close I am to the softbox. And for example, right now I'm using a GVM cob light that is around 100 watts, but I have a big softbox. It's probably about 36 inches in diameter as far as this softbox goes. So the larger the diffusion, the softer the light, the better looking it is in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and test it here in a minute with this exact same setup, and we'll see how bright we have to turn it and all that. The other thing I want to talk about the build quality is I love the black and white theme here. So this black and white Stormtrooper look, absolutely love it. Looks clean, looks good. My desk setup is pretty much that Stormtrooper look as well. Black and white speakers, black and white keyboard. So 2 thumbs up as far as the color combinations as well. And I'd probably say the most important thing about this light, in my personal opinion, is not only how small and versatile it is, but how quiet it is. So it's got this new Dynavort cooling system that basically I can't hear. So in my testing with this light inside my room, for example, I used it as a key light for different Zoom calls for work, and I had it on the whole day. So it was about 8.5, almost 9 hours. I had it about around 30 to 40% because it was a little bit further away from me, from my desk, so is what it is. But ultimately, the biggest thing that I absolutely fell in love with after the first day of using it that long was I never heard the fans kick on. The only time that I've heard the fans actually turn on was when I had it bumped up to around 80 or 90%, but I had it on for about a straight hour to 2 hours almost in my room. I just left it in the corner, had it on, left, went and ate dinner, came back just to see if those fans had kicked on. And they did, but once again, it was very unnoticeable. So that's something that's really important, especially for people like me who are doing unboxing videos and you got like a desk over here with your lights over your desk and you're trying to get good lighting for the people to see every little nook and cranny of like a case or some sort of equipment. And the last thing you want is in the background fan noise from your lights, because cob lights are awesome. They look great in different video settings, but they are definitely loud depending on which ones you go with. So that is something I was super impressed with this light about, is how quiet it was. So now let's go ahead and switch out my key light. So right now I'm using this GVM 100 watt cob light. It's about, I don't know, maybe about 3.5, 4 feet away from me. So it's a big softbox that's attached to it. But what I'm gonna do is attach the Bones mount adapter to the actual light, put it on here, and let's see what percentage I needed to get to kind of match where I'm at right now, and you be the judge if it looks any different. Okay, so here is the Molus G60 as my key light. So I'm using the same softbox, the same everything, same distance from me, and it looks pretty good in my opinion, but you let me know down in the description which one looked better. But one thing I like about this one over this one is obviously this one is huge and this one is not. Another fun fact that I found very interesting when I was setting it all up is I was at about 18% with this light, but I'm at 12% with this light. Yes, this is a 60 watt light. Yes, this was a 100 watt light, but the difference is crazy because I actually bumped it up to about 20 and it was completely blown out. So then I had to dial it down a little bit, and 12% seemed to be kind of the sweet spot for me. And once again, I'm about 3.5 to 4 feet away from the actual softbox here. So it just really shows you the versatility that you can get out of this light using a big softbox, diffusing the light, and giving you the soft light on yourself. But once again, you can use this as a hair light. You can put it up here. You don't have to worry about it tipping over and falling on top of your head. It's super light. You don't need to weigh it down. And also another thing that I've done with it is just set it up on my desk. Like I said, sometimes as a key light. Initially I had it set up a little bit further away from me, but then when I started using the little softbox here that comes with it, I was able to just have a little key light, you know, on my desk, but have this cute little softbox on there, and it took up no space at all. It's just an awesome light. So you can definitely use it in a lot of different ways, right? And then on top of that, being able to walk around with it and be able to literally handheld you know, the lighting, if you're doing like products, reviews and doing it for B-roll or whatever, right? Like I said, whatever it is that you're wanting to use it for, this light, in my opinion, is probably one of the best bangs for your buck when it comes to a small light that is semi-affordable and gets the job done very well. And of course, they also have their 100-watt option, which is a little bit more expensive, but you're getting 100-watt power out of it. So if 100 watts is what you need, or if you need 150 or whatever the case is, then you know. But honestly, if you have any doubt of how much wattage you need on a cob light, then 60 watts is probably good enough, especially like a content creator like me who is in a small 4th bedroom in my house, kicked my kid out, made it my YouTube studio / office, and this light alone would be just fine if I only had this light. Now I have multiple other cob lights and LED panels, but the point is that if I was just starting my YouTube channel, this would be definitely one of the first investments. So I would highly recommend this light if you are looking for a light that's quiet, small, and versatile. So hit that like button if you like this video. If you loved it, please subscribe, ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. So be safe, God bless. We'll see you on the next one.